Welcome to our weekly maritime vlog. I'm Corey Ransom with International Maritime Security Associates. This week we are talking about the crew changeout restrictions being lifted in different parts of the world. Over the past few months, we have been talking a lot about the COVID-19 and the delays and restrictions and quarantines and closures that are happening around the world. This is our ARMS user interface, and as you can see, it's very busy. There's a lot going on. Almost on an hourly basis, we are updating information in the platform that has to do with those delays and restrictions for cargo lines, cruise lines, and large yachts around the world, and what those restrictions and quarantines, closures, and delays are. But one of the interesting things that we're seeing now, as we see this disease starting to abate in China, in different parts of Asia, as it slowly abates across Europe and the United States, these delays, restrictions, quarantines, and closures are going to start changing. The biggest issue that the maritime industry across the board, whether you are on a large yacht or on a cruise line or a cargo line, has been dealing with over the past couple of months is the issue with crew changeouts. There have been crew members who have been stuck in their home countries. There's been crew members who've been stuck on board vessels. Even the cruise lines have made major efforts to redirect cruise ships to take crew members actually by boat back to their homeland. So it's been very interesting to see the unique circumstances and situations that have been happening. Unfortunately, with this, we've seen crew members and vessels abandoned by the management companies and owners, where the crew have had very little food or water, and we've covered issues like that in the past. Unfortunately, that continues to happen, and in some cases has been a little bit more prevalent throughout this whole situation. One of the bright spots that we've seen, and the reason that we thought we would talk about this today on the vlog, is we've seen a relaxation and easing of restrictions in different parts of the world with crew changeouts. We've seen an opening up and the ability for crew changeouts to happen in many ports in China. We've seen some of the restrictions being lifted in Hong Kong. We've actually seen also some of these restrictions being lifted in Spain. So it's going to be a little bit easier now as these restrictions come and get lifted on crew changeouts for these to take place. However, there are new restrictions that we're seeing being put in place by these different port regions when it comes to crew changeouts. So a lot of ports are adopting a system that if you need to do a crew changeout where you have crew coming off of your vessel, again, this is irrelevant whether you're a large yacht, a cargo line, or a cruise line. If you have a crew changeout taking place, the crew members who are getting off the vessel will need to go immediately from the vessel to the airport. The vessel will need to remain in port until those crew members are on board their outbound flight and that flight has departed, just to make sure that if there's any problems that the crew members will then be immediately returned back to the vessel. For crew members who are coming inbound, most of the restrictions are that crew members have to take an individual car. They have to use PPE protection to go from the airport to the boat, and even in some cases, in some ports, there are quarantine restrictions for inbound crew members coming in. We've had rumors of testing happening with airlines, with ports, with different operations. So this comes down to checking with your agents, taking a look at, if you're an ARMS subscriber, the information that's in ARMS. It's the most up-to-date on what's happening with crew changeout. The good news with this is we are starting to see some of the restrictions being lifted. So crew changeouts are going to start taking place in some shape or form. One of the other issues that we're seeing with this that's a problem is a lot of the embassies and consular offices in different countries are closed or at minimum staffing in different parts of the world. So right now, the U.S. consular offices are closed, so it is not possible for a crew member to get a C1D visa or an appointment to get a C1D visa. So that's the other issue, that if your visa, your C1D for the United States is expired, for example, you're not going to be able to get a new one until the office opens. There are some caveats in place of extensions for that you can apply to. And again, that's going to be different country by country. But with a lot of the consular offices closed, it's very difficult for crew members to get visas. So you're going to need to check the individual consular offices, depending on where the crew members need to get visas from, just to see if they're open, to see what the extension abilities are for those visas that they have, and then the flights to get in and out of some areas. So there is some good news. We wanted to let you guys know that crew changeouts are slowly going to start taking place. Again, this is pretty much whether you're on large yachts or cargo lines. Cruise lines are in a different category right now and are allowed crew changeouts in certain ports, but it's highly restrictive. This is a topic, as with everything, we're going to continue to cover. We're going to continue to talk about. If you have certain questions about the COVID, about the disease, about the quarantines, closures, or delays, don't hesitate to link up to us through our social media. The links are down below, and any informational links we have on crew changeouts, we'll make sure, again, we continue to put that out through our social media so you guys stay updated as to what's happening around the world. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate all the viewers that we have on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get notified when we post new videos. Hit that like button for all the content that you enjoy on this channel. Make sure you connect to us and join the conversation in our social media, detailed in the banner above and also in the comments section below. If you have questions when it comes to maritime security, maritime risk management, or maritime regulatory compliance, don't hesitate to reach out to the experts here at IMSA, because we're always happy to steer you in the right direction.